So, hi to all, I'm Domenico. As many you know, I'm also a partner of GLOCHA and of Digital Art for Climate. So, I want to greet you all from the south of Italy. Here behind me, the big mountains of the Pollino chain. So, I wish you the best for this festival. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you, but I'm with you with my heart and
I'm delighted to welcome all our virtual reality expert and friend.
Hi, my name is Wolf. I'm coming from company Viva, XR, and we are focused on creating VR applications, which is interactive, immersive, photorealistic VR applications. What does it mean? So we are creating virtual spaces where people can enter, immerse in this virtual space with either a computer or a mobile device or on a headset, which also I have with me. Other feature of our spaces is photorealism. So that means that they look as really as they are realistic, even though they are completely imaginary. And so one of our projects was also last year gallery art for climate change. So we were exhibiting, actually still working. We are last year finalists, NFTs. And this is what we are showing now is desktop version. Yeah, it takes a bit time to load, so it's here. And yeah, here if somebody is interested in having also headset, we can experience how it looks in
So nowadays, our connection problem is sometimes it's also my computer.
Yeah, it takes some time, but once it's uploaded, then it is okay.
Yeah, okay. Back to the virtual space, this is one of the winning entities, and we have then here. So for increasing the speed and so of the servers and all, it's a cost factor.
No, the speed itself is not the cost factor, because speed depends on a network connection. It's the servers, because all these images are actually generated on distant servers, and then they are transmitted to the device of as a computer and mobile, like in a YouTube blog, you just receive an interactive video actually. It changes as it would change if you would visit this kind of space. So you have the same experience.
Yeah, perhaps a little bit as a background information why we are happy to have a robot and this kind of solutions is because IAI GLOCHA, we have the aim to get everyone engaged in this climate action and give people the tools that they can meaningfully and rewardingly engage. And this kind of activities like Digital Art for Climate, we had our exhibition at the UN headquarters in New York last year, and also then at the climate conference in Sharm el Sheikh, but not everybody can get there. So people can have, through the virtual space, they can, without costs and for everyone accessible, participate in this kind of endeavors. So one element is the artwork gallery, and we will launch this year at the COP28 in Dubai in December. We will launch the COP28 Digital Art for Climate art competition. We will then have in June, the first week of June, we will have here a GLOCHA CoCreation Festival, partially in Klagenfurt, partially in St. Primus, and the Dönnersee, St. Primus, and potentially also in the partner cities of in Slovenia. We will have activities, and so now we have to look also how we can present the submissions in the virtual space properly. And we are planning to have also, in addition to the artwork, the images and videos, we plan also to have an additional category about storytelling, because we think that the stories are very transformative, and the value of the artwork in our context is in the stories. Something that moves people, that they want to collaborate in a bold manner, and so we will have also stories category. We have to see how we will present things, if it's text, if it's videos, and how we then mint from these entries NFTs. We have our expert, Tom Muica, from Venezuela, Bueno platform, and we are very positive about the prospects for our cooperation. Yeah, we've had 2 days ago a session where Tom has presented the tools, and this is available on Digital Art for Climate YouTube platform. And perhaps for the meeting today in the afternoon, also a relevant presentation. Let me switch this one off and go to the COP27 metaverse experience. If you would like to say something about this as well. The metaverse.
I'm not sure if this is active at the moment, but we can show a video. This is not open. This was a project which was actually developed with several partners. It was a bit also supported by Slovenian government, and it was a side event in the metaverse. Actually, first side event of the top conferences in metaverse, and actually there was a Slovenian government presenting in a virtual pavilion. Some companies there were presenting, and we also had an event where people were visiting, speaking, and we streamed the content. And here you see this was the space, and there is someone speaking, and I think it was
Daniel, I think.
And there was also the content streamed from COP, from Minas Pavilion, and also some people were connected through distant. So it was kind of an experiment, let's say, because it was very short time to prepare, but it was I think a good way how to actually enable people who are not going to the conference how to participate to certain events. So this is a good tool that can be used, and this is something different than, for instance, participating via Zoom or something like this. It is more immersive. It's fun with everybody chosen avatar, and so people could move around, speak to each other, or listen to content. So.
Bravo! Yeah, super. And today we will at our meeting speak also about the possibilities of bringing these EU mission cities that we are here inviting to cooperation, that we bring them to the COP. On the one hand, at our Digital Innovation Pavilion in the blue zone, then Slovenia has its space in the green zone, which is the space which is open to the public, and also through the virtual world. And there we will develop now some thoughts. And any questions immediately now, then probably Minister will not need to film any further. Then we'll just work. Are there any? Yeah, you can go ahead, Tom.
Is this a DJ that is there? Is it working or is it?
Yes, you come wherever you want.
The good souls.
There you are.
My dear team, let's everyone. Great job. Cheers. Bravo.
We need to learn for climate.
Yes, and for a climate safe future.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, the 19th of August 2023. Miro Bolzer, my name. I'm the founder and CEO of GLOCHA. And today we are here in the northwest of Klagenfurt, in a part of the city which I like to refer to as GLOCHA City. because there are many places that have high potentials for international cooperation, knowledge-based, culture-based cooperation of global community. And here behind me you see a flooded piece of land. Unfortunately, we are living in times of climate crisis. Usually it is a piece of lawn, and it belongs to the city of Klagenfurt. And they had planned a swimming facility here, but then they changed the plans. It's 10,000 square meters, and I think this would be a very nice place for a GLOCHA festival, let's say in 2025, 2026, not already next year, but in the future. The idea is that if we have such a big space and we have there the train station, it's also the highways there in the background, so it's in terms of transportation, logistics, it's a very practical, convenient place that we could have pop-up stages, tents, places for camping and so, and that there would people from the participating cities and from wherever they would come to present here their solutions, their artwork, their music, and inspire how they inspire in their places of origin, their community, but also bringing this momentum, this creativity to the global community that we really have. We don't feel so alone, that we have the feeling, yes, there are many of us who want to do something bold for the climate. Yeah, and here we would meet, that's the idea, and we will see how the future will evolve. There are also other places in Klagenfurt and in other places of the world, but that's the starting point of my vision, the starting point of the presentation of GLOCHA District Klagenfurt. We will see also other places. So here another stop on our sightseeing tour of GLOCHA District Klagenfurt. And you see in the background Lake Wörthersee. It's a very beautiful lake. The water quality is of drinking water quality, so you can drink it and no problem. And it's only 500 meters away from the space that has been shown before, the festival area, the 10,000 square meters of lawn. And yeah, it's one of the biggest assets of the city of Klagenfurt for attracting people from around the world. See, we have water. In times of climate crisis, we recognize water is one of the biggest treasures that we can have. And here we have plenty of it. 2 weeks ago, even too much. It's flooded, and now also the water level is 20 centimeters higher than it is usually. And it was even 40 centimeters higher than usual after the floods. And yeah, it is part of our vision that people will love to come here, to have a good time, enjoy life, enjoy creation, beauty of nature. And it's also over there we have the Castle Maria Loreto, which we will also show in a minute, where we've had our Rio +20 Global Youth Music Contest preparatory workshop in the year 2011. It's a beautiful place. It belongs also to the city of Klagenfurt. So there are quite attractive assets here that we want to connect with global community, so that it will be a beautiful story of empowerment and community and co-creating the future. So now we are here at the third station of GLOCHA District Klagenfurt. It is the Maria Loreto Castle, Maria Loreto Peninsula, and we've had here 2011 a wonderful workshop with young people from all around the world there in the castle, which belongs to the city of Klagenfurt. And it's also a nature resort. It is a protected area, and beautiful water, happy people enjoying life. And somehow in my understanding and in my vision, this is the center of the GLOCHA universe, and how we are planning to make it more concrete is, you see this crystal, and it's something I've bought 30 years ago in Graz, and I love it, the way it looks, Rauchquarz in German, and somehow one can say this is the representation of the GLOCHA vision, of a world in which people of all ages, all sexes, all languages, cultures come together to join forces to addressing effectively global challenges, implement global goals, and to work towards a good life for all, and also including future generations. So now the idea is that, as we have here a chapel, that we will put, when the time will come for the GLOCHA vision to manifest, we will put the crystal in the chapel, and that's the center of the GLOCHA universe. And we will potentially also, as we are very much into these digital collectibles and blockchain technology things, we will create a digital twin of this GLOCHA crystal, and then fractionalize it, and people will be able to be co-owners of the crystal, of the vision, and of the GLOCHA district in a certain way, depending on certain criteria of contributions that we will define as a community in future festivals, but also future workshops. Like we've had a very wonderful workshop this week in which Melissa from Mexico and Tom from Venezuela were with us 4 days and have done a wonderful job. And yesterday we have broadened the group and had a very inspiring conversation with representatives from EU mission cities, climate action pioneer cities in Slovenia and here in Klagenfurt. Yeah, so altogether we will find ways to collaborate effectively, to govern effectively resources, and one of the central resources is the GLOCHA crystal here at the GLOCHA Center, GLOCHA Universe Center in Maria Loreto in Klagenfurt. And now at another important location, hub, functional center of the GLOCHA Vision and the GLOCHA district Klagenfurt. It's the Universität Klagenfurt, Universal Zelotsu. This dual names shows also that we here in Carinthia have two language groups, ethnic groups. The majority population is German speaking, but there is an ethnic minority living here since 1,300 years, the Carinthian Slovenes, and yeah, it's part of the identity of the province of Carinthia to have more languages, and this comes here. But it's not the central part of this location. The central part of this location is knowledge. It is universities from ancient times have been places where those meet who regard knowledge, wisdom, smart decisions as essential for society and for individual well-being. And that's also the logic of GLOCHA. Knowledge and solidarity and other positive values, but knowledge is a pillar, a foundation of our whole system, and universities are higher education institutions and research institutions where knowledge is generated and given further to next generation, and where ideas are also discussed. We need a lot of accompanying research for our vision and for our solutions, to have evidence if it works, and to have suggestions for change of course if something goes in the wrong direction. So the university is very important
but it's more a rather closed system. We will look for getting courses accredited, which will be also online courses connected then with certificates that people can collect, because also becoming knowledgeable about the climate crisis and the action potentials is one of the possibilities through which the global citizen can contribute to addressing the climate crisis. It's the first step to really become knowledgeable, and for this institutions like the university are central, and we will partner with the university as much as possible. We will see if we will have the potential at a certain point to have our own accredited higher education structure, but partnerships are the formula for success. So we will partner with the university here in Klagenfurt, in the neighborhood, Ljubljana, Maribor, Venice. It's all within a reach of 200, 300 kilometers. And yeah, universities are very important part of the GloCha Vision. And we will go now also to the Lakeside Science and Technology Park, where there are also facilities, space for us to be located in near future, with where we can accommodate dozens of staff and have the supporting event infrastructure, technology infrastructure, and also other solution providers then who can create synergies with us. So next stop, Lakeside Science and Technology Park. Now we are at the Lakeside Science and Technology Park. And in the background we see the Lakeside Spitz. It's the facility where events are possible with up to 500 participants. There's an educational lab which gives out also grants for activities, and they could be also organized hackathons or other things. And around there are buildings, laboratories with about 2,000 employees. The startups can get here a place at preferential rates, and it's an ecosystem of companies that are working primarily in the field of digital innovation, digitalization, and many of them are also working in the field of energy, sustainability related solutions. There's also a big hall for drones, where there are testing of drones. There's a hall for robots, and so really this kind of fourth industrial revolution technologies. And it's part of our vision that we would locate with the GloCha research and technology development programs here. They are adding some new buildings, and the owners of this structure are the province of Carinthia and the city of Klagenfurt, and also the Ministry for Climate Action and Industry and Innovation from the federal level. So it is public good oriented infrastructure, so we would fit here very well. And our logic is that we don't want to build a GloCha headquarter, taking again beautiful soil and space from nature if it's not necessary. And here are premises for high quality workspaces, and so we are planning to be here with our experts. And the university is just 200 meters away, so, and the Hotel See Park 300 meters. So it's everything here in the GloCha district coming together very nicely. Yeah, and it makes sense in my view. So now we've seen the brain-heavy places like university and Lakeside Science and Technology Park, and now another element of the GloCha district, the GloCha Vision. It's the Alpe Adria Arena, this open-air stadium here in the southwestern part of Klagenfurt. I don't know if it is a kilometer away from the university, but really close to the lake and all the other facilities that have been presented before. And so this stadium can seat about 35,000 people. It's often used for big football games, or also you can see Sting has performed here a month ago. Andrea Bocelli was here, a concert which I also attended. It was a very beautiful and memorable experience. And here also take place the United World Games. It's 30 nations coming together, kids, I don't know, from 10 to 16 years or so, in different sports types, and uniting the world in sports. And we will see how we can create synergies also with United World Games, or having in the context of our festival, if the time would not allow for creating synergies, we would have our own sports games with the participating cities of our cooperative framework, cooperation and joint resource mobilization framework for cities that we have discussed yesterday at our workshop with Austrian and Slovenian partners. So you see large-scale sports facilities are here, and also sports, fun, health is part of our vision too. Yeah, so when we bring young people here and other guests to Klagenfurt, it's the question of accommodation. It needs to be affordable, and one solution, one part of the GloCha tool set and the GloCha Vision is these students' homes. We are in front of Mohorjeva, Hermagoras. It's operated by a Carinthian, Slovenian church-related consortium of enterprises, and they have here a kindergarten, and they have rooms for pupils during the times of the schooling, from September, mid of September till second week of July. And during the summer months, this place is empty, and we might be able to rent the whole building. It's place for about 50 to 70 people, and there are other students facilities, scholars, pupils facilities, boarding houses nearby where we can also connect to and have low-cost accommodation for young people during the summer months. And in the time out of the summer season, we have places like in St. Primus that we will see also later, touristic destinations which are occupied during July and August, and available during other parts of the year. So there is a low-cost accommodation available here on a large scale. Welcome everyone. Greetings now to my home place. Here in the back you see St. Primus. It's the village where my parents' house is, where I lived my childhood, my youth, and it's also the place where we have the cultural center Danica. It's from the Carinthian Slovenian Cultural Association Danica, where it's also a choir where I'm singing, my brother is conducting, and so it's my home community. And we have already this year booked the space for a whole week. It's a beautiful auditorium, seminar rooms, and accommodation facilities around. But in terms of GloCha Vision, this is the vision for an intermediary part, not for the big one when we have millions of members and hundreds of communities coming to our festival. And so it's a small place, so it will be also more suitable to welcome small groups of people. But I think next year, 2024. Our festival will not be that big yet, so the idea is to have the first edition of the GLOCHA Festival here with several hundred visitors. And that's my lake, that's my part of the world, which I love, and hoping to welcome leaders, visionaries, friends, companions here next year. Okay, this is coordination office, apartments. Insgesamt haben es 10 oder wie haben es gesagt? 13 bungalows, each holding 10 to 12 people. Here is the center where the group leaders can stay in double rooms or single-use rooms. There is a cafeteria, social activities, bar. There behind is the lake, mini beach, nice beach at the Lake Turnasee, belongs to the facility. And over there behind, 1 kilometer away, is St. Primus with the cultural center. Cultural Center, Danica, Kulturni Dom Danica in St. Primus with beautiful surrounding. Welcome now to my cultural home. It's the Cultural Center Danica, Kulturni Dom Danica of the Slovenian Carinthian Association Danica, which means Morning Star. And this is the cultural center built by the members of the association with the support of the Austrian Republic and also Republic of Slovenia. That when it was built, it was Yugoslavia that also helped financially to build this, to keep the Slovenian language and culture alive in this part of the world. And this center, this whole building, we are renting for a week or 10 days if needed next year in June to have our GLOCHA CoCreation Festival 2024. And now let me show you the premises, the venue, the auditorium, seminar rooms. So here is the smaller seminar room. We used it for the rehearsal of our choir. I'm also a member of the choir here. It's 40 people or so. Clavier, piano is available. Here is the premises for some kind of catering, for serving drinks. Here is the main auditorium. It holds easily 250 people, and with a little bit of effort, up to 300. And the stage is well equipped. We have reflectors, limelight, audio system, a strong internet connection is here. And let's have a look on the stage and the view of the auditorium from here. Below the stage there is a basement which was flooded in our flooding 2 weeks ago. It was quite a challenge. Also one of the reasons why we moved our activities this week to Klagenfurt. And now let's see also the bigger seminar room. There's also, when we have workshops, it could be then also the place for smaller groups, a breakout room for doing the festival, and here the seminar room for about 70 people can be seated here. And it's also a potential room for
smaller public events during the week when we don't expect too many people. We can have also activities here. So that's Kulturne Danica, my cultural home.